Hey guys, welcome back. Let me make sure this is working before I sit down. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple fun things today. So we have this pour that got smudged and messed up. So I took a candle lid off of a Bath & Body Works candle and traced out a circle over the part that needs covered. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to pour, I put one of those little placemats that are plastic inside a big Ziploc baggie so that I can peel the paint when it dries off of the plastic because it would stick to the placemat and wouldn't come up right. So we're going to do it with the baggie on it, and the placemat's just under it to be sturdy so that I can move it and use this space for other things. So we're going to do pours on here. I'm probably going to do two. I'm probably going to do a flip cup and probably a swipe to see what works best. And we're using new paints today. These are the Daler Rowney, I believe is how you say it, acrylics, simply acrylics. We will be using the white, light blue, turquoise, dark blue, and Persian blue. And we pre-mixed these colors in the video before this. I'm just going to put them at the back here. So I'm going to set these paints aside. Now these paints were a little thicker than normal than my other paints. So instead of a 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol, these paints are actually mixed 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol, and 1 cap of water. And it's the cap that's off the top of the water bottle. Let me show you. It's a really small cap. That's what I used. And I don't normally use water, but that was what I had to do to get the consistency right. Okay, I'm not going to put any silicone in any of these colors. But the 2 cups that I pour out of, I am going to use heavy duty multi-use silicone lubricant spray. And I'm going to do it off camera. And I'm just going to do 1 quick spray in each cup. Now this stuff is cold, and if you use it on the regular plastic cups, it causes the bottoms to fall out so the paint spills. That's why I'm using it with these cups instead of these cups or a normal plastic cup, because I have had the bottoms fall out. And I mainly did that so that all the paint would come out of the cups, and because I wanted a few cells but nothing major. The pours that we're doing today, once they dry and cure, we will cut out the size of Neptune and decide which one I want to use to put on that painting. I did go online and find a picture of Neptune. I'm going to try to add it on the screen somewhere here if I can edit. And if it's not on the screen, then you know I wasn't able to edit it in. That's about the only way I can say it. I'm still learning all these edits. So I want it to be basically blue with a little touch of white. So in 1 cup I'm going to use white first. But in the other cup, I want white to be the last thing that goes in, so that maybe we'll get 2 different results. Which we'll get different results anyway because I'm doing different pours. Okay, so that is the dark blue. Go ahead and put a lid on it. Set it out of the way. Then I'm going to add some of the turquoise. To both cups. And this will probably be a 2-part video because, of course, it has to dry before I can cut out the planet. The video before this one will show you how I mixed these paints, if you're curious about it. And I will link that video also in the description below. That way it's easier to find and get to. I am putting the lid back on these cups even if they're almost empty, because I will be using these colors again really soon. So as long as they're sealed, the cups won't dry out. And then I'm going to put white in the top of this one instead of on the bottom. And that has on both at almost the exact same level. I do see some cells, even though there's no silicone in this one. I see cells. Well, there's the silicone in the cup, but that's about it. Okay, so now I'm going to set this one aside. This one we put the white in last. And I want to flip cup it. So I spilled a little, but, and while that one's sitting, I'm going to do a true ring pour over here. I do believe that was a clump. If it is, I will catch it when it comes out. Or it might just be that one of the paints was poured a little thicker than the other. The center is going to be a little white, but that's fine. And most everything, if I would have still poured, it would have come out. While that one's sitting there, I'm just going to lift this one up and tilt. And then I'm going to tilt back that way once I lift this. That way the paint's not too thin to peel up, but it's also spread pretty well. I'm going to try to pull it backwards. I'm going to sit those cups upside down in each other, like this, so that any paint runs out into the bottom cup. And we're going to torch these. Both of them look plausible at this point to work. I am going to tilt some. And then tilt back this way some. I think both would work as planet, as Neptune. Make sure I pull wrinkles out. It's a little thick over here, so I am going to try to tilt it a little bit more to the bottom and over, because if I decide to use this area, I need it to be rounded. And then back this way. And hence why I put the mat in here. Because had I not had the mat in here, I wouldn't be able to do all of this tilting that I'm doing. And now I want to tilt it back this way because I want this white to come down here out of the blue some. So we're going to tilt it back this way some. Just to maneuver some of that white out of the way. Because I don't plan on using that portion for the planet. Okay, I think that's good. Because I think this would be a decent area to use. Let me just kind of... Or, yeah. So I think I've got a couple different options. I can use this side, Hit it one more time with a torch, very carefully because it's on plastic. And I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up. If I can get you all from up there. Okay. Whoa, that is really bright. I don't know how that happened, you guys. Sorry. Okay, so here's the one. This is the tree ring, and then I stretched it out. And then this one's it's quite a bit darker. Well, that one's dark if you use that light, but in person it's also quite a bit darker. And it does kind of look like the top of a planet. There's some really cool cells coming in right over here. Well, not really cells, it's like lacing. There are some cells. This is the one we put the least white in, and it turned out exactly how I expected. Very little white, that's what I wanted. And this one I put the white in the bottom, and I knew it would have more white in it. But I really like the way it's doing. So we will come back to these when they're dry, and we'll cut out a planet to put on that painting and see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, please thumbs up, share if you don't mind, and let your friends know about these videos. Thank you guys so much.